Welcome back to Humber Pie. I'm your host, Jimmy D, with me. The audio is still working, don't worry. I hope it is. Nailed it. What are you talking about? That's the greatest intro of all time. All right, I don't want to stall too long because we do have a long game ahead of us. Now, do mind, one of the pleasures of being able to pre-record these things, not only do we have time to look at this critically, pause, look at things, replay some stuff, which I really enjoy doing. There's also times when players get in the tank, and it's okay. I'm okay with that, especially if we're talking and communicating with it, and it is a locals. So there is going to be a couple moments in here where we're deep in the tank here, and I'm going to allow us to skip ahead of those parts to kind of speed it up a little bit so you guys aren't here unless you and I find a topic to talk about. I mean, then we'll just talk about that. But there is going to be moments in this matchup, I promise you, that when you get into the headspace and you really want to analyze this game, you're going to be in that headspace for a while sometimes. And I love the opportunity to showcase brand new decks, especially allowing people the opportunity to think of every single line possible in something that is considered not meta. And we're going to check it out right now with the deck list. All right, starting off with my Silver's Rayleigh. I know that Curly in the chat, definitely a big fan of this deck, but this is a little bit different than Curly's decks here. And I went with the mostly needs to be a Russian type of deck. This is a beat you down as quick as possible type of deck. And I after playing this thing for the entire season of OP12, I have just fully convinced myself that you're either playing this low the ground, hit them in the face, try to win the game before they get to 10 Dawn, or you're not really playing this deck well at all. Now, obviously, there are avenues in which if they get to 10 Dawn, you do have a win con. And you've got to prioritize making sure you hold on to these. There are two things that I do with this deck. One, never reveal I have this card. If I have it, I'm searching for it. And if I have an opportunity, I will not reveal that I have this card.
They always have it. You always play like they have it.
Yeah, you should. You should. But as a player who plays this deck...
I'm done with the bit now.
Welcome back. But honestly, I always play to never reveal this card if I have an option. I don't want them knowing I'm on it, but I will always work to make sure that I have at least one copy in hand.
The 4-cost Zoro is bad.
It has gotten in some work in some games. I do like the ability to need to go wide because this deck needs to go wide. Obviously, the optimal turn is to spend the first 2 turns doing some searching. Get yourself that little Nami, get yourself the Shocky, maybe even a Boa search. But then you really want to be playing on curve here. The best ability, the Monkey D. Luffy. And Monkey D. Luffy comes with friends. This one, by revealing 2 events, you get to play at 3,000 power or less. Usually, the Sanji accompany it quite well. Or, if I need to, I can get my anti-starvation Sanji. Or
Buggy, Boa.
Yeah. Any of the searchers to add more cards to hand to make sure that I have some more plays in late game. My rush package being Roronoa Zoro, Kid Killer, and this Roronoa Zoro from the Star Deck 21. I like this one.
Which is wrong.
Dawn times 2, 7K is what you want to be attacking. And on KO, I do get to play a red character, 6,000 power less, which is pretty much any of my red characters.
It's all of them. It is any character.
So it does have an ability
it's just there's nothing worth playing on your opponent's turn, really.
No, there is definitely nothing that's like, oh, I definitely need to. No blockers. This one's all in, going aggro. Has a lot of 2Ks, of course, with the events, with the 2Ks, and the searcher to make sure that you can turn it into a 2K if you want to. All the Elephant Madness. Of course, I do like this one, a Necessary Evil, though, with Buggies running around rampant. Gotta have a Divine Departure.
The only Buggy player hasn't played Buggy in a while, so...
You can still turn around and get me, Sai, and I'm terrified of you, and you know it. So I have to have this in my deck. Very good card. It does come up on occasion to having some decent removal to get rid of some bricks in the road, if you will. And I do appreciate having access to it. But this is really red rush. Get down there, hit him down, try to beat him as soon as possible, and keep the pressure on in the early game. I'll be going up against this new deck.
Yep, so this is Sanji.
Greatest deck of all time right there. Killed me here. Curly says people say Zoro was bad, but I heavily disagree. You know, honestly, I disagree as well. I think Zoro's fine.
And then
Nope.
if you have 6 cards or less in hand, draw 2 cards. And that's mainly for this.
I mean, people are gonna believe there is audio issues. This channel has it all the time. Oh, 11 counter, yeah. Oh, 1K counter. Curly says, I do like playing Luffy off from Zoro. Rested Dawn isn't useful, but instead, more characters on the board, ready to swing. Next turn is nice.
One really interesting thing about this event is that if your leader is Sanji, you can look at the top 3 cards and add any. You actually do not reveal it to your... And that was the deck tech.
Are you not entertained? All right, in more simple terms here, because you really went into some advanced calculus.
So,
During your explanation.
cheat out events.
Defensive walls for days.
Yeah, you're defensive. You get to play this card,
Yep. And
which you shouldn't be able to.
Concussor, really good blue counter card, which is 4K counter if you have a bunch of events in the yard. Super good card.
And of course, you're playing events in this.
Yeah. This whole deck is all events. It's playing defensive, it's playing offensive. You got removal in it, which in this current meta, I would say probably not the best choice. Would you agree with Emu?
But
and
next meta, and obviously we're also waiting on EBO3 to get the Reiju that can copy any event from your trash.
Oh, that's going to be super good with this. Do you think it becomes tier?
It's
higher
not
tier?
tiered, but it is a strong rogue option. Mm-hmm. Remember, we're not getting that till February.
Absolutely. Brett did a lot of great work trying to put this thing together and trying to strategize how he wanted this deck to look. A lot of respect and hats off to him because he's willing to try these off meta type decks, wants to give this a shot, and just see what it is that maybe what decks it might be good against and bad against. But without enough playtesting of these random decks like this, you're really never going to see it. And I think this is a great opportunity, especially on this channel, to be able to see Sanji up against Rayleigh, even though this is really OP12 type meta. Sanji's when did Sanji
12.
come out? 12. Yeah, so this is 12 meta. But still a decent deck, and it really just comes down to most of our players really just agreed that OP13 meta was just not worth playing. But we do have a fun matchup, so let's check it out between myself and Brett as we go head to head and try to learn our decks best possible way. This has got to be the 5th iteration of Rayleigh I've had put together. And I surprised a lot of people. I won most of my die rolls. I won all 3 of my die rolls. I always chose first. It seems a little awkward, but for some reason I feel like just getting those early game aggressions just seemed to work out for my benefit. Like mentally, I feel like out of all the times I've lost, it was because I wasn't putting enough pressure in the early game against my opponent. So I've decided that I'm just going to start playing this deck like it needs to be hit in face as often as possible. And I'm curious Curly's opinion on that. As you played for it, did you feel like just needing to be on the 2 point to play Luffy on curve was just the better route? Because personally, to me, getting 2 turns to do some searches to guarantee I get that Luffy actually paid off more beneficial because I have to make sure I get that Luffy.
Right.
And I can only really count on either having it in my opener or my first search, or first 2 searchers if I have 2 searchers. But the way this deck works sometimes, I'm more often getting counter cards or 0 event cards or other things like that that are not searchers for Luffy. So I felt giving me an additional turn to maybe search for him actually was quite beneficial. Curly says, I think first was always the best, plus you get the first swing. Yes, and that's exactly where I'm thinking. Like, I've got the ability to get a 5 and a 7 if I want to, or a 5 and a 5 and a 7. I can do 6 and 6 for 2 different attacks here.
Could you do 6 and 7?
Unfortunately not, but good reference here.
No, it's not a good reference.
It's
It
an
was incredibly
amazing
unfunny.
reference. It's the funniest thing to kids in this generation. It makes so much sense because
Okay, but the children are
6,
wrong.
7. Have I ruined it for you kids yet? Have I ruined it?
No, keep trying.
Curly says second is nice into some matchups that get them to go off on curve, but getting Luffy on curve is always a headache, right? And it is the linchpin of this deck. I've always said if you can land the Luffy and get at least 1 swing, with it.
I have to check something.
Sure. I did do an event search, by the way, so.
Oh, I see. Where is the deck lists? You have the wrong deck list, sir.
What am I missing?
You just added the 2K Frankie.
Oh, I forgot to put the Frankies in here.
You have the wrong deck list, sir.
I just edited it wrong. I forgot I had Frankie in this deck list. We'll have to update those. I do have 2 Frankies in here. I really wanted this one against the blue-purple Luffy. Love this
It's
card.
the 4 cost.
Yeah. Alright, so... Where am I cutting?
I don't know. It's your deck.
Where did this come from? Alright, I know I have 2 of these. I know I have 2 of these. I know I've got at least 2 of these. What else did I cut? Did I cut the
Sanji, I guess.
Yeah,
No,
probably.
not that Sanji. The other Sanji.
Yes, yes, I did. It was only 2 of these. Yep, thank you. Good, good point. Good catch. So yes, one of the cards I did have in this deck here, that Frankie 2K. Love this card. Really good, and surprisingly, extremely good in this matchup.
What? The card that benefits from events?
All characters get plus 2K. All right, going with my reveal so I can get the plus 2K for my Nami attack here. And of course, you do want to attack character first. The only reason I attach is because that search forces me to. But in good sequencing, you always want to attack character first. Make sure that none of those triggers, especially in a deck that I'm not 100% familiar with, I don't want to fall into any good triggers. And there are some triggers that can bottom deck some of my characters. So I got to be very careful to make sure I sequence it right.
I feel like it was 5 and 7 there.
So 2,
Would have been
4,
the
6, 5, and 7, you think? And just like I said, you get a trigger, and there you go, Nami's bottom. And that
Yeah.
is exactly why you sequence it the way I told you to sequence it. You attack with the character first, guaranteeing I get it out there. Had I played it in the opposite order, and he'd taken that hit,
You would have whiffed an attack, yeah.
and had just 2 open dawn. But Brett gonna get some more searching on with the Charlotte Pudding. Looking for some more events. This one's a really neat one. Allows you to look at the 3 cards, grab an event,
Or a Sanji.
or a Sanji. Yeah. There's
It's
another
almost like
one.
the cards that you have that are event or a Luffy.
Yeah. There's another one I really like that allows you to add 1 card to your hand for the
Yeah,
top 3.
I talked about it during the deck tech.
Yeah.
I think there might have been audio issues.
Probably.
Okay, there's the Sanji.
This one is an event strong one. Every 5 events in his yard, this gains plus 1,000, similar to what you get for the Jesus Burgess from Blackbeard.
Yep.
And-
Why are we playing this? It doesn't reduce the leader, does it?
No, it doesn't. He had
So
no
that was
target.
just
He
the draw.
Just the draw.
Okay. And then
Coming
we
in
get the
5.
ramp back.
Haven't taken any hits yet, so this is an easy take. No trigger. And if you guys look at this, I have, I think, Divine Departure didn't have a trigger. I have no triggers in this deck. I still play this deck as if it has triggers every single time. I love screwing with people. Curly says, I like 8-9 more. Yeah, right.
That
has been the-
Shambles from OP14 for Rayleigh. It's weird. I don't think Shambles is fantastic right now. It's a card that I definitely think has potential, but I think that it's very fun. I think there's a lot of funny things you can do with it in Rayleigh. But unfortunately, I just don't think it's quite there.
Yeah.
I think that it is a card that will find its place eventually, but now is not the right time for it. There's nothing that can really take advantage of it. The one card that can really take advantage of Shambles is actually in blue, so its potential ace tech when we get that EBO3 Alvida, I think could be like a decent tech for matches against Dofi and Bonnie, is Shambles and Alvida, but most of the time it just ends up being like a worse Red Rock. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah. So one of the sequencing you saw in this one, I did go for the search first, mostly because I didn't have a 3 cost that I really wanted to play from the Monkey Luffy. Was able to find the Sanji off the top with the search. So thankfully I had a good answer to have the Luffy play into some value character. Came in for 7, and now I have it exactly where I want to be. Luffy is live. Can't remove the 2 Dawn from my leader.
They're one of the Dawn is hidden under the leader a little bit, so it's hard to see.
One was active and then one was rested. And
Yeah.
I do this all the time because of the way it comes in. If it comes in active, I like to push it forward as a
What even is that?
the camera. It's a camera for the box down thing, but
Okay.
I gotta retape this thing and put some more sticky tape on here. on the next break. Actually, if you want to start casting, I'll look for...
Okay. No, that is a cheat.
What happened?
3,000 worlds. We did not... Did we pay for that? Did we pay Dawn for that?
Doesn't he have the leader ability to play for free, or...?
It's 3 cost or less. Okay, we did pay the 4 Dawn. So, okay, never mind. It's not a cheat.
Okay. Oh, okay, so if he does it with the leader ability, it's not...
Yeah, you can't 3,000 worlds with the leader ability, which is why it's honestly not even great in that deck. Because most of the time you'd rather just be playing Jet Culvern, which is just 3,000 worlds, but you can do it with leader. As I think we saw there. Yeah. And now the Sanji is plus 1k. So now we have 6k for that Sanji.
Alright.
Just swing 5, get the Dawn back.
Now it doesn't want to come off. He's falling like crazy.
Yeah, take here, obviously. Again, Rayleigh doesn't really care unless it's like down to 2 life. That's really only when you need to start countering.
Alright, that might stick it up. On the fly mechanics. Right there, right, baby. Alright. 3 life to 2 life.
Then leaving one open for a Concussor or a Gum Gum Giant.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I did lose my board state here, which is already devastating. I honestly, if I don't get the Luffy play off, I honestly always feel like I'm losing this game. If they just answer it immediately like this, and Curly, you gotta back me up on here. Don't you just feel like you're at the losing end the minute you lose your Luffy on board? I want it in for at least 1 swing. Give me 1 swing with this guy. And at that point, I feel like I can come back. But when I have to lose it, that tempo like that, it's just, oh, it feels so bad. All right, coming in at 7. And they got the perfect counter. Gum Gum Giant. Always staying below so we can keep that Sanji ramp working out well for him, too. Curly says, yes, Luffy needs to connect once. If it's not, it's a lot tougher. Yeah.
Okay, playing the Frankie.
Now having an answer to some of these events I know he's going to be playing. I know Brett, the first time he'd ever seen it, he was like, what's that one do? And it's like, yeah, if you play an event, all my characters get plus 2k. He's like, all characters? Like, yeah. Just characters? Yes, just characters. No, my leader doesn't get a buff. But I was really hoping to play that after I had that decent board state that you saw.
Yeah.
Would have been really nice before first swing. But of course, he had to bottom deck both of them. Rude.
That's blue for you.
Right? Let's see. Curly says, it would be nice if a leader did just get a buff, right? But it's powerful enough as it is.
The pudding. I mean, you're getting a 2k back. That's not the end of the world.
Right. It does put me in a state of mind, though, that I don't want to play it again.
Beef burst, draw 2.
When he returned this thing, I instantaneously was like, I'm just going to keep this as a 2k. Because it's so slow. And it's not the game I want to be playing. I need to rush him down.
Right.
I've got to get more aggressive here. So, honestly, in my hand, this is just a 2k.
Okay, swing 5 with lead.
Even though it does really work well in this deck. But I'm going to get 2k out of hand. A lot, but I have no 1ks, as you can see.
Not swimming with Sanji, I guess.
I did notice that he didn't want to make it vulnerable.
I mean, I get that.
And it becomes one of his more stronger characters. So I could definitely see why he wants to keep that thing protected. Sanji could get out of control in the late game. But I noticed he definitely didn't have the protection, and he had no open dawn, so he couldn't protect it that way either. So definitely trying to...
There's the Luffy. And I mean, he's already burned through a lot of his removal.
Right. Still revealing the same 2. Getting a Shocky look.
Shocky.
And notice if you guys saw from the camera view, I did have this entire time that unblockable.
Oh!
Shocky missed. Shocky missed. I had to reread her because it's like, she never misses. She never misses. How did she miss? I've never missed with Shocky. In my life of playing this deck, Shocky has never failed me. And she failed me for the first time ever.
Until today.
Yep. No, indeed. Right, Curly? I mean, come on. I've told everyone Nami is the worst searcher in my deck. By far, Nami is the worst.
I mean, it is.
And Shocky for the first time ever. Oh man! Not only has he well done with my board every single turn, but I'm whiffing now too. I really feel like I'm gonna not. There's not a good chance I'm gonna be able to win this game. But
Okay, well, there's
here
a
comes
Kid
Killer. So I got a nice little rush down.
Only one Donna. I guess it doesn't matter if the Luffy's active.
Right. Jozu going into Kid Killer. Gonna get myself a defense. This one, the Conqueror's Hockey that he was well aware of. So everything on the board goes minus 1,000. And of course it does 2k. So it does technically 8.
Yeah.
Curly says, Buggy has done me dirty more than Nami on my end recently. I cannot stand that. The search for Buggy.
Yeah.
It does not feel good to whiff, guys. I'm telling you, when you whiff on those searches.
I mean, at least you have a leader effect that makes them like decent swings.
Fair.
So it's like not even super devastating if you whiff because you do have the body up, if nothing else.
Colin once whiffed with Garp twice? How? Isn't that 3 or more?
Yeah, it's top 4, any cost 3 or higher.
How? That is a nut punch. That hurts. Sai says, do not ever disrespect my boy and blame your deck, not Buggy. Yeah, Sai's like, I don't even know. That's crazy. That is crazy. I don't know what I would do if I whiffed with Garp. That's 3 or more. It's anything 3 or more.
I would give my deck a very stern talking to.
Right? We would have words. Honestly, guys. Oh, man. So, I have minus the board here. Sanji is still at 5k. The leader is at 4k. I have put him in a bind here. I do really love that Conqueror's Hockey. Just, it really makes for awkward plays because it really throws them off the curve and how they want to play their turn. That minus 1k stack across the board, it really does a number to people's brains here, which I think was what happened to Brett here. I gave him that minus 1k, and he's like, now I don't know how to navigate my draws and my allocation for attacks. Do I want to make the Sanji vulnerable? And going for a blocker choice here for the nice little... It's not Graceful Charity. It's just 2-in-1.
It is Graceful Charity.
That's right. Nami Graceful Charity.
Honestly, I don't even like this card in Sanji. You want to be playing as few characters as possible in this deck.
You don't think the blocker is a little necessary?
You have so many defensive events.
That's fair. Absolutely.
Honestly, I would rather run more defensive events than the Nami.
Curly in the chat here looking like he broke up with his girlfriend. It's not me, it's him.
Okay, swinging 6 and getting the 2k.
Yeah.
So he swung 6 and you countered up to 7.
Yeah. I didn't have anything else but 2Ks. This deck is 2Ks. Like, most of my defense is 2K. Coming in for 5. Wonder where it's going. Yep, give it a 2.
I mean, the Luffy's a 1k, the Shocky's a 1k, the Nami's a 1k, the Zoro you shouldn't be playing is a 1k. Beef Burst.
Pumping up with all those events now. The Sanji does have a plus 2K static here. But was able to safely, stop this here. All I'm doing right now is trying to look to see, because I do have that unblockable event, I'm really looking to see if I can get that last life. And if I can get that last little poke off from Brett here, I should be able to get through. And obviously I have to do the math here. A lot of things that he's done, he's got a lot of 4K counter for 1 here. So my math has to be perfect if I want to swing for game.
Only 1 open, so only threatening 1 counter event though is kind of rough.
There is a line here. I think I'm thinking this could be lethal. He only has 1 blocker, but I also want to make sure that
now you're revealing the
respect it.
unblockable. I thought you said you didn't like to reveal the unblockable.
Didn't have a choice. I went through all my 2Ks.
Fair enough.
Unless it's an absolute necessity, I will do it. But there's only 1 card left in hand, and I'm pretty sure it's a Sanji, if I remember correctly. Or it was a brick. All right,
Okay,
gonna pump up.
6.
Come in 6. Try to get a block out of there. See where his hand's looking. Maybe bait that counter from hand. Another thing that I really want to get rid of here, because if I need to pivot board, I got to get those answers out of his hand. So I will be taking my first attacks at life. to get him to use his hands defensively so I can go board later.
Right.
It is a strategy I've used quite a few times in this game where most of the time you'll see me go live first.
That was 2 1Ks, by the way.
Yeah, so giving me an indication that he's probably pretty low on counters outside of that one event here.
Why
so
are we
one big
swinging
swing
8? Swinging 8 here feels wrong.
gets and baits the event out. Now I can go board.
But you could have swung 7 and potentially done the same thing. Because we know he doesn't have 2Ks.
That's fair. That's fair. I think in my mind it was trying to get to bait that thing out of hand. I wanted to make sure I guaranteed got that thing out of hand. So now I do have an option to go and board if I want to. Coming in 9.
We're swinging 8 again. Again, it's not a 6K lead.
Yeah.
We know that he gave 2 1Ks, so he probably doesn't have many 2Ks. So why even wait? That's just a wasted Dawn, honestly.
I'd agree with you. I was wondering if you're going to call me out, because there's going to be another play I think I'm going to make here next that's really going to make you mad. I think I go board here, though. And Brett's trying to check to see what I have, of course. He wants to make sure he has all the answers. But given they had a blocker, I knew I didn't have the rushing package to punch in for this one. So I wanted my first few attacks to go board here. And this one gets the block.
Okay.
All right. We solved it. Thank you very much, Si. I appreciate you. If you're out there, please let me know when I have those issues. What do we even do? What do we do? I didn't click anything? We didn't bump into anything? What do I have to do to make this
You have
work?
ghosts, dude. You have ghosts. You have ghosts, so that's what it is. You have ghosts.
Oh my gosh. It's so infuriating. All right, let's get back in the game here. Sorry about the delay. We fixed the audio issue. Makes for great YouTube content. They love it. They love it. I know. I get all the comments down below. It's like, this guy doesn't even know how to operate OBS. What a loser.
We're not even using OBS.
Yeah, we're using Streamlabs. Yeah. I'm using Streamlabs, so yeah. Get there. Take that.
Did anyone actually comment that?
No. No. I wouldn't care if they did, to be honest with you. I don't know who you are. Your opinion means nothing to me.
I'm going to start commenting that under every video now.
But I value your opinion. Why would you do that?
As a bit.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Let's get back in the game.
Everyone comment. Everyone go to the YouTube and comment on under every video. This man does not know how to use OBS. What a loser.
All right, I think we're at the point we're going to have to skip here because this is the moment where Brett had realized this was a do or die turn. He's only got 2 attacks here. He's at 1 life.
So he can't win.
Yeah. He can't
He
possibly...
can only try to not lose.
Curly says on it. All right, appreciate you, Curly. Thank you so much. So he's going to be sorting out this turn. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here because I honestly, if I'm not mistaken, I constantly had to remind him of that. He knows I have 2 2Ks in hand. He knows one of them means he can't go wall up. He can't defend himself because I have the unblockable if I get 1 attack through here. So he's going to have to push through enough damage to make sure that he can clean up the board state here.
Swung 9 or not. That was 10.
What? Let's see, 7
7
10.
to 3, yeah.
Yeah, because 3 2Ks is my whole hand.
Be first, draw 2. Honestly, I almost want to bounce the Luffy back. Yeah, we should have bounced the Luffy back here.
Interesting. I don't even know what's happening with the camera right now.
It's flagging. Probably. I would want it. Yeah, I definitely would have bounced the Luffy back because that keeps it off.
I think he did. What's going on?
No, he red rocked. That's such a waste of Dawn. That's such a waste. That's so much wasted Dawn, though. I don't like the red rock here. I think we should have beef bursted it back to hand.
What's going on with the camera work now?
I don't know. Maybe it got corrupted.
It's possible.
You have ghosts.
Dude, seriously, Ghost in the Machine. This is live action. You guys have seen Ghost in the Machine going ham on my computer right now. I know one of the things I'm really regretting right now, had I gone for life with that big swing, I would have had a win con here after him removing the board.
Swinging 5 into this. Why are we not swinging with the pudding?
That is a good question.
It's like if you would, first off, you would never keep that alive.
Mm-hmm.
But like that preserves a swing.
Yeah. I definitely would not have
Also,
done
we're
that.
not even leaving Dawn open. Why did we not just bounce the Luffy back to hand? I mean, I guess we're trying to get rid of it permanently, but like, you had another one anyway.
Yeah, coming back into my own play here to get another
there's a Sanji.
It was a Sanji, that last card. So I did have 5k.
Now we just load up and do everything into the Sanji, I think.
I could go Sanji here, or I could just get the last one. Do you remember I do have those 2 events? So now I'm just saying, all right, I'm gonna try to go for that game.
Yeah, I mean,
The game plan. So I kind of like going back into it. I have 2 events. He knows what the 2 events are. I've got 3 life, and he's gonna have to think through this turn about how to survive the next couple turns if he can survive an alpha swing.
I mean, Alpha Swing plus 2 6Ks. Are actually Alpha Swing plus
6
an
and
8K plus an 8K. So, which I don't think any deck can counter out of.
No. Let's see what Brett goes here. I was wondering if you were going to get mad at me for going after the Jozu versus the Sanji since the Sanji grows.
I mean, I do think the Sanji was a bit more valuable.
Yep. After I did the attack and said Jozu, I instantaneously regretted it, but I just stuck with it.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Because you want to be going face most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like going face last turn would have been better than going for either of the board, especially seeing as it wasn't realistically threatening lethal.
Yeah.
Because to threaten lethal, you would have to loaded up the pudding, which is a waste of 3 Dawn. And you did have enough counter to be able to check lethal there.
Yeah.
So there was no real threat of lethal, so leaving the Jozo on board versus going for life, where you would have been able to have
The unblockable, even if we walled up and go for game. Yeah.
I think going, as much as I'm the guy who always like go board, I think this was the one scenario, or this is one of those scenarios where you definitely should have gone life.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing when I was looking at him as he was trying to stack this up here. I think this is the turn I have to start skipping ahead here. We'll see if he takes any large act. Oh, he did just do something. What did he do? He returned it to my hand? Sorry. I'm trying to remember where I had to cut here. Oh, Red Rock.
Red Rock.
Yeah, second Red Rock.
Were you guys just like talking at the end?
I gave him like all the knowledge, gave him a lot of time to think through the plays here. I wanted him to make the most optimal play. Like I was helping him keep track of his the power of his Sanji, and I because this is the first time Brett had a chance to play this deck, I thought it was more important that I gave him time to think things through, make sure he was making the most optimal plays, giving him the most amount of knowledge. So there was a lot of me just kind of helping Brett come up with the best line to beat me. If he would have beat me, it would have been fine. I honestly don't care if I lose in these things. It's more important that I see what the best your deck can offer to come up with scenarios in my head and how to build something better. But we're going to attack in here with Sanji. I think he's going to go to face here with the other Sanji. That way we're creating a clock here, or at least he has some way to clock up here. Goes face. And back to my turn. Now, he does have 3 open. The fact he feels more confident about this makes me think I really got to think about these attacks. And what he can possibly counter out of here. He does have a hand of about 6 cards in hand. 3 open. Mentally, I have to respect 12. And I think what you're going to see here in just a minute is I'm going to go through his trash and count how many of the 1-cost 4K counters.
I think we can swing 13 twice, can't we?
See, we can pump this one up to 8 just with the Rayleigh ability.
So 8, and then that's
with 10 Dawn.
No, we can't.
5, 10, and it'd be 10 and 13. It'd be 10 and 13.
Trying to see if there was any way to swing 13 twice. That would have been
The most optimal.
guaranteed lethal.
Right. Gonna start off with a buggy search since there already is no counter. Get myself some more answers, maybe some more. No whiff. Another whiff. No event here. I was honestly searching for the search event. I was hoping to find the search event from this one, just so I could get some other answers to plus these things up. Gonna use the ability unblockable, get the power up. Try to bait out as many of those 4K as I possibly can here.
So just going
What's
10?
That gets me at least 2 of the 4Ks out there.
You could have just normal counter in hand though too.
It's fair, yes.
So I would have gone at least 11 to guarantee it was at least a 2K out of hand.
Oh, that's smart. And you get one of the 4Ks that goes up to 9.
That's 1.
And I think he sees a 2K after this, which really threw my math off. But
And
no,
that was
2
two
1K.
1Ks.
Yeah. But that still leaves
So we
me...
should have definitely gotten 11 because that would have forced at least 3 1Ks, which would mean that you would only have to worry about the 2K,
Yeah.
the 4K potential events left.
Yep. And I think that does put me on a range for lethal, though, still. For 2 4Ks. It's 9...
Yeah, but that's everything out of his hand.
That's true. And then he has to beat me on the backswing.
Which, I mean, 1 life. You have 2 2Ks and an unknown, or you have 2 2Ks and a couple unknowns now.
Mm-hmm.
So your deck does have a lot of counter.
Oh, yeah. Like, a lot of the swings I'm not really that too concerned about, especially with how many 2Ks I get. It's what actually makes it difficult for Brett on the next turn, where I know for a fact he goes in the tank here. He is going to survive this turn.
I almost feel like we want to load up on the Sanji.
I feel like I probably should have, to be honest with you.
And I'm talking this turn. We still have the opportunity to.
Restand the Sanji?
No, not restand. The load up swing on the his Sanji.
Oh, okay. Oh, to knock out the Sanji so he can't KO me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went for the route to try and get as many cards out of his hand as possible to try and save it up. I do have quite a bit of 2K counter in hand. And I'm about to potentially rush him down for what I thought was going to be a sneaky Zoro play here. But I actually go against it and leave it open as a defense. I have Divine Departure to in hand here. But I was going to go for a sneaky 5K swing, but he still had that one Dawn open. So I still didn't feel comfortable, and I didn't want to give away that I had a sneaky 5K swing just to try and swing for the last little bit of lethal. So
I mean, here then I would have put the other 2 Dawn under the Rayleigh.
I think I did go ward here. If I remember correctly, I did go ward.
Yeah, because it was
Sanji.
1 Gum Gum Giant.
Yeah. So if he blocked out of that, like,
2
and I didn't get
more.
all the counter out of his hand,
2 more would have forced a lot more counter out of hand at least.
but then it doesn't give me that backup 5K swing for lethal, which is the lane. That was the lane I was thinking mentally.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I if I get all of his counter to save his Sanji, I can sneaky Sanji swing, or a Zoro swing for lethal. But it didn't happen, so I just left the 3 open. I didn't want to give that play away. Was reserving it for the next turn. But here, he's going to be thinking about this for quite a while. Now, remember, I have 3 cards in hand. He knows 2 of them. 2 of them are 2K counter events. And I have 1 unknown, which I already told you what the unknown was by the 3. I'm sorry, I have 4 cards because I have the Divine Departure. So, we'll see how he thinks this one through. There was a lot of thinking, a lot of discussion at the table here. Pudding search. And this one's going to be an attack from lead, which is just going to be a Divine Departure, stop that life swing here. And I figured at this point, there's no way you can load up and get away with my 2/2Ks.
I mean, also you have a life.
Mm-hmm.
So you can always soak 1 hit.
Yep. With the Dawn that he has here right now, he has a lane by loading this one up here for a full-on lethal swing at 9 and 9.
I mean, 9 and 9 you can counter out of
Two
potentially.
2Ks, no K.
I
Guess
mean,
what?
it depends on life.
Yeah. Guess what this is?
Oh, 1K?
It's a no K.
Okay.
He is going to get to the point where he swings with this Sanji and goes for it to give me the last one. But mathematically, 4 cards in hand, he can swing 9 and 9. Would you go for it for lethal? Knowing you can't survive the crackback.
Yeah.
You would go for it?
I
9 and
mean,
9?
if you cannot survive the next turn, you put him on better habit.
Okay.
If, like, you're guaranteed to die the next turn.
I have screwed up a couple of my swings. He does have 3 4K counters in hand. He's got Gum 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 and that 4 cost of the blue one in hand. So looking at the board state, would you go for it? 9 and 9. Because right now, 9 and 9 wins the game. Hands down, because I know what that card is. But this is mathematically, you know for a fact I have 2 2Ks.
I mean, if I was to leave 3 up for
For 3
all the
4K
counter, That's 12k of counter. And that's probably pretty much everything in hand. I'm still probably just putting him on Better Have It, right?
That's the question I want to ask you, because Brett right now has a way to win.
I would honestly say it doesn't look good for the crackback. So I would, in this position, just say we have to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Just go for it. Because you're probably losing next turn. Even if you go into the Sanji, that's not great.
Buggy off the top. No
Okay.
counter.
Especially
so I have
if
Zoro.
we're not countering out of. I mean, I feel like if we had the counter for that first one, we always do it there.
Okay.
We always counter there. I guess we're afraid of like more Conqueror's Hockeys.
It did.
But
I did kind of like
Conqueror's
mislead him with
not-
like saying the only thing that required Dawn was Conqueror's Hockey and the Divine Departure. So if you saw, I did show him those two cards because I had two open. I said you have two known, two unknown. I have two open. The only thing that costs Dawn are these two events.
I mean, if you have it, you have it though, and you would have definitely used it on one of the earlier swings. Like you would have used a Conqueror's Hockey on the
Leader swing.
leader
Hands
swing
down.
instead of the Divine Departure.
Absolutely.
Easily. You would have, and if you had it, you probably would have also tried to at least do something with the Sanji swing, probably.
Because it reduces the attack over everything. If he falls into that, he loses regardless. The minus
Yeah.
1k takes the math completely away.
And if we had the counter there, especially if we definitely had the counter there, and we don't have the counter, and we took it, there is a very low likelihood that you still have the counter out of life. So honestly, I would just go for it. Going into
board.
Sanji. That was wrong.
Yeah.
That was absolutely wrong because you still have the buggy, you still have the Zoro in hand, which he doesn't know about, but still. It's like, this is a red deck, you have to be wary of the potential of rush. You're at
Absolutely.
0 life, even with 3 Dawn open. We can there's probably enough here to just out all of that.
We're going to start off with that buggy search. Look for an event. Looking for the one that allows me to add 1k to my leader here.
Buggy is top 5.
Yeah.
Didn't change the math.
Yeah. Going to get the one that increases my leader here.
That's not
Oh,
the
that's
one
a
that-
searcher. That's a searcher. That's right. I'm looking
Yeah.
for the one that can increase me. I want the one that can give me additional power here.
I mean, you can use that to find it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I would just reveal here. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if this is the end of the game anyhow.
It's getting to the point where I know that he's got the math. He's got 2 open, so I got to worry about two 4Ks mathematically here. I'm going to reveal here to try and bait one of them, if not both of them, with the buggy swing. And right now I'm just looking at it mathematically. What can I do to get both 4K counters on a hand and still have enough to swing afterwards? So
First
swing
off,
8.
you're wasting a Dawn here.
You think 7?
7, because it either forces a 2k and a 1k. 7 forces out everything 8 does.
All right, going 7. I have the same thoughts here. He does not use any Dawn here on the attack. He has 2 cards left in hand. He has 2
Yeah.
Dawn. He has a total right now.
I guess actually their 8k would have forced out the event instead of the 2k 1k. But I still feel like the 2k 1k is fine to force out here.
That does give me perfect knowledge, though. I have 2 open Dawn. He decided not to go for lethal, so he thought he could defend out of these attacks here. I currently can attack for 12.
Which plus 8.
I lose to 13. If he double 4Ks, I lose.
Okay. Is there a way to force out the double 4Ks while still leaving a Dawn open for the Zoro?
That's the other thing. I was thinking, like, can I swing into this thing, get both
Although if he
4Ks,
only has 2 cards in hand and one of them is a giant, he's going to have to pitch one.
and then draw an additional card, yeah.
So one of those...
And I don't know which one of the 2 4Ks he has. I'm assuming he's on 2 4Ks. I don't know which ones. If it is a giant, you're right. I got to play the math here. and I'm asking for his cards here because I'm telling him right now, here's the math. He has 2 4Ks. That's 13. I can only do 12. Unless...
This is where I would start looking through his trash.
Yes. I've already done it twice at this point. So I know how many of these things... He has 2 of these left, and he's got 3 of these left. And
He does not have 3 giant left.
or 2 left. At least, if not...
I think he's used 3 giant.
if I'm
Because
not-
he early game, he pitched a giant off of a giant, and then there's that giant.
Okay.
So there's only 1 giant left.
All right. So we're going to use the +1 math with the 0 event here to go to exactly 13. So if this is 2 4Ks, I exactly 13 him and I win the game.
Okay.
But using this ability, it adds it to Active Dawn and gives an additional +1000.
So, well, then there's no way he can win here.
Can discard the 2, draw 2. He needs to get a 4K
And a
and a
1K.
2 and a 1K out of hand, out of the deck. He got the 4K, no 1K.
Ah.
That was the only way Brett could win that thing off the top. Oh, of course, the top of the next card. Right off the bat. And that's the game. Your boy takes it down. Getting the math lucky here to see that he... I mean, mathematically, I thought that was my only win. There was no way for me to get both, in my opinion, both those 4Ks out of hand if he has the blue one.
Yeah.
And play the Zoro afterwards. I'm looking at him like there was just no math that I could play the Zoro after to clean up house for the last swing. So I went with the only route I had here. Nail biter. Went back and forth. But that's how you do it. Sometimes you got to talk it out. I know those kind of strategies out there. I hope you guys are following along because it's what you have to do when you really want to get critical, and you got to get faster at it too because they're going to be timed in major tournaments. And this one clearly would have went to time, but we're in a local, so we kind of took our time. And I hope you guys enjoyed that little thought process. We got one more game left to go. We're going to take a decent long break. Gonna get some hydration on before we get to our last game, but the last game's gonna be super fun. It's gonna be me and Curly on camera. We're gonna see our first matchup of the red-green Monkey D. Luffy from OP13. Check it out. I've thought this leader was gonna be really good. Did you think it was gonna be really good?
I thought it was going to be alright. I was always skeptical of it. I think it's been underperforming in 14. I thought it was going to be really good in 14 and just hasn't been converting.
Yeah. Hoping to see some more with it. I love it. I think that the deck's power, we'll talk all about it when we come back. Stay tuned for the next round. If you're on YouTube, check out the next video when it comes out. Until then.
And make sure to comment under that video, this idiot doesn't know how to use OBS.
Works every time. All right, we'll be right back. And that's going to do it for this round. If you've been here this long, hit the like and subscribe button. Help us out. We're a growing channel and just trying to get out as many TCGs and coverage for you guys at home. Brought to you mostly by the people you're seeing scroll over here, my Patreons. The ones that help me fund and do everything I can to try to expand this channel to cover multitudes of different TCGs that you are seeing here. You like the one you're watching now? That's great. We also have other things that you might like. From a broad spectrum of the Bondi to the new League of Legends, Riftbound games, and other independents like Alpha Clash. We like to cover as many games here, and I love all these TCGs. Most of the time I take part in. If you guys are liking this content, though, please help us grow, help us get into the point where we can improve our quality of content for you, and get to the point where you guys really get the product that you deserve. Thank you for being here as always. This is going to be it for today. I hope to see you in the next video. That might be listed up here. I don't know, editor, can you help me out?